Okay ji, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the last video I was setting up Pentium II IBM 300GL. Now I have installed all the drivers and installed several applications including the unofficial Windows 98 service pack and the kernel EX. So in this video I'm going to show you that Windows 98 can be used for basic applications of daily usage easily, and it's a faster operating system as compared to the operating system we use nowadays. So let's start with, so first we check the, see I have made RASPOEE driver. I've installed that to connect my computer to the internet, and it connects pretty easily. And here I'm going to show you that what software I have used. So I have lots of collection of Windows 98 softwares with me that I'm going to show you later. Now first check the browser. We are connected to the internet, PPOE broadband, and I clicked the last Firefox version that works with Windows 98. You can download old apps, Windows 9X apps, from the many websites including oldapps.com, and there are many other websites from where you can get softwares that are compatible with Windows 98. So here we see that you can work on the Facebook pretty easily. I tried to find a compatible screen recorder, but unfortunately I couldn't find a good screen recorder for Windows 98. Therefore I'm using my cell phone camera, so sorry for the jitters you are experiencing in the video. So this is working on kernel EX, so you can use your Facebook as well as, although YouTube will not work correctly, however you can use many other websites of daily usage, and it is advisable that you use Google for typing, because here I am typing olex.com.pk, so in the Google tab of Firefox, so it will search this and you can go to the OLX website. And sometimes maybe it's the memory problem, so you may face problems while browsing, but most websites will work and others won't work. Still, at least you can browse your Facebook, and you may check your email on this as well as you can use different forums like Parkwheel, like CSS forum and other such websites, so you can use them without any flaws. Well, CSS forum and Parkwheels, these are classical websites, and they even work on Internet Explorer as well. So many websites will work and some won't work on this. However, I usually use CSS forum, Parkwheels, and other computing forums websites that works with Windows 98, as well as Facebook. Okay, so this was the internet. You may say that as far as internet is concerned, you may say that almost 40% of websites work on it, although you may not expect multimedia content based websites to work on Windows 98. However, text based websites or websites with little graphics will work. Facebook also works with the kernel EX and Firefox version. And what else we can use? You may install up to Windows XP on Windows 98, Office XP onto Windows 98, but I prefer to use Office 97, which used to be my favorite long time ago when I was in college. So you can do almost anything that you can do in Office 365. So I have the licensed copy of Windows 97, so I've installed this software on it. Also, what other applications? You can also run VLC media player, of course, through kernel EX. There are very old version of VLC player that are compatible with Windows 98, but with kernel EX you can use this version of VLC player, and you may use Windows 98 PC as a multimedia computer for you. Let me run some very old movie. It used to be one of my favorites during university days, Matrix. As you can see that multimedia works perfectly well on Windows 98 as well. You may watch CDs, DVDs by installing a DVD player, or even watch the MKV or VLC files in it as well. So what we have figured out so far, that you may use Windows 98 for office productivity 100%. You may use Windows 98 as a multimedia PC 100%. You can install VLC player and it will work perfectly alright. And the Pentium II computer can run 40% of the websites, basic websites, not that much enriched websites. So basic websites will work with kernel EX on Windows 98. For office productivity, it is good. You may install a TV card into it as well, and may use Windows 98 computer for watching TV. There is web TV for Windows that you can configure, and it works with I don't have a TV card, but I used to have one TV card back 2 decades back, which I used to have Celeron 633 MHz with 128K cache on a BioStar 810i chipset motherboard. That was my computer in university days in 1999, and I have a TV card, and I used to watch TVs in web TV for Windows, and I have configured it recently, couple of years back, my C-type dish antenna receiver with this Microsoft Web TV for Windows, and it works flawlessly. Also, any other TV software will work with it as well. Well, I have installed Quicktime Player as well for my 3GP videos, which I record with mobile phone. I don't have the Pro license and I don't want to purchase it, so I'll be using the free Quicktime Player. And also I have downloaded this from the oldapps.com. New version of Quicktime Player won't work with it. You can see it's Quicktime 6.5.2. That was I think the last version that worked with Windows 98 successfully. Also, other than VLC, I have a licensed copy of ASUS DVD I don't remember if I have installed that copy or not. Yes. So this license of ASUS DVD came with the DVD player I bought for my computer like in 2006 or 7. So I have installed this. This is very powerful. This is actually the software of Power DVD, which used to come with the name of Power DVD uh, when the Windows 98 was published. So it's the same software, and I think ASUS have purchased it from Power DVD, but it has same functionality. So I have QuickTime, I have Real Player, I have VLC Player, and also if you want to import your videos from your camera or want to create projects, Microsoft Picture It, or which used to be called Microsoft Greetings. Um, I purchased this software when I purchased Windows Me. Windows Me is another interesting operating system that we may use, but I prefer Windows 98 due to software compatibility issues of few retro softwares. So I have Microsoft Greetings for as well as I have AC/DC viewer, and will you believe this was a very popular software, AC/DC. Back in those days, you can see it is from 2000. Maybe I shouldn't be showing license number because I have its registered version. So all the series I kept with care during the last 2 decades, which I bought for Windows 98. Okay, what else should I show you? So this is cute FTP for uploading files, and sorry, this is cute PDF. I had cute FTP as well that was used for uploading. So also the free Windows Media Encoder that may use to broadcast, capture or convert different files. Also you may use the open source VLC player for the same purposes. However, let me check which version of Windows Media Encoder is this. This is 7.01 year 2000. So this is pretty useful as well. So okay, so here you can see almost all the tasks you can do in Office 365 you can do with one way or the other in Office 97, be it Excel or PowerPoint or Word, it doesn't matter. So another software that was very popular back in those days for playing audio files used to be the Winamp. It was a very popular software. There were other softwares as well like Jet Audio and others, but Winamp was the most popular, at least in my university or in my social circle. It was the most popular software for playing audio files because it was very light, do not takes a lot of memory, and in those times memory was very limited, and all the systems work faster. However, other software I remember we use Jet Audio, and I forgot the name of another MP3 player. Okay, so this is kernel EX. You can see kernel EX. So by this you can use the modern um, softwares on your Windows 98. Okay, so the Dell multimedia keyboard actually unfortunately didn't work with Windows 98, so I have installed again the PS/2 keyboard, old keyboard, and let's go here and check what programs do we have. So we have a lot of programs. Here you can see. So it took me almost 10-11 hours to set this computer. First installation took a lot of time because you guys remember that first you have to prepare the hard drive and then you have to format. You can't quick format the C drive. you have to full format the drive, and it takes a lot of time. And then the unofficial Windows 98 service pack, so there were lots of blue screens, and I remember those old days when it was not that easy to install an operating system or to assemble a computer. So it's pretty easy nowadays, but it was tough back in those days. So that is that. uh, Norton Ghost, yes, I haven't made a Ghost image, but this is a very, very um, useful software. And as I was telling that in my university days, I used an 810i BioStar board, and in which Norton Ghost was free. So I still have that CD. I'll show you some other time. So this is a very useful software for Windows 98, Windows 2000, those operating systems which take a lot of time to be installed. So what's the end note? End note is that the plus sides of Windows 98 is that you can run a 2 decades old retro computer with a very little amount of RAM, like 64 MB or 256 or max 512 megabyte of RAM, and you can still use that computer today. You don't need to throw it out. It may prove work as a multimedia computer. Let me close the voice. It may work as a multimedia computer, or it may work as an office computer. I mean, for editing worksheets or compiling Word documents, or it may work as a photo editing computer as well. Although you can't expect to edit videos, high quality videos, but at least uh, it's a good partner, home partner, and also it feels very nice to use this. And the last point, for which I'll made a whole nother video, to play retro games like FIFA 98, like Quack, like Doom, and lots of other games of that era. I still have those games, Aladdin, and lots of other DOS games which are not that much popular, like Mario and others, but those games I played in my school life. And I think I should minimize this to avoid any copyright etc. claim. Also, I have installed Microsoft 98 Plus on this. So MS Plus have a lot of video games and a lot of themes that you can use. uh, I have MS Plus somewhere. Okay, maybe I lost its icon. So you can use it for basic browsing. You can use it as an office PC if you have very basic tasks like with compiling Excel sheets or writing Word documents, etc., etc. You may use it as a multimedia PC. Definitely, it runs DVDs, it runs all sort of multimedia files flawlessly. So this is how am I using Microsoft Windows 98 in 2020. I started using it back in 1998 when I was in my first year in college in FSC, and still after 22 years I can use the same specs computer and do my basic tasks. So I wonder why we need very faster computers for basic computing. I know a lot of applications require faster computing, and like artificial intelligence and rich multimedia contents and robotics and aviation and all those applications. The progress of hardware is valid and you can understand that, but for home use or for basic use, I think still we may use computers from that era which are very much valid. As far as file system is concerned, you may use FAT32 or FAT16. In these you can see that the file system is FAT32. There are only two file systems to my knowledge that Windows 98 used to support: FAT16 for hard drives that are less than 2 gigabytes and FAT32 for hard drives that are above 2 GB. So this is a file system. I hope I haven't missed anything. So thank you very much. This is the second video in a series. The first I made of the machine I was using, and now I have made the Windows 98. So, and the third version, inshallah, I'll make of games that retro games we may play on Windows 98. But for that, I'll also use Pentium II, and I have few other retro computers that I'll show you that we may use. Okay, let me shut down this computer, and Allah Hafiz for today. So Windows is